are you ready for a book haul? Because I'm about to give you one. I picked up a whole bunch of books over the past few months. Haven't read any of them yet, but I'm so excited to, and I thought it would be fun to show you guys the ones I picked up. Honestly, was very influenced by Booktok and Booktube with these books, and I'm just very excited. So let's get into the haul. The first thing I have to show you guys is the Red Queen box set that I got for $30 from Amazon. 4 books for $30. Absolute bargain. Like, one of these books on Amazon is like $15, so it was great that I got all 4 for $30. So now I can complete the whole series, which I'm very excited for. I actually read the first 2 books last year and I enjoyed them, but they were my friends, so I had to return them back to her. And then I really wanted to continue on with the series, so I thought I may as well just get the whole box set. That way I can read all of them and I've got my own copy. Very excited. This is a young adult fantasy and it follows the story of Mayor Barrow. Then I picked up 3 new Colleen Hoover books because I really want to get around to reading all of her books. She's one of my favorite authors. So the first one is Without Merit. I got this one from Target for $12, and I'm just going to read the back of the book. The Voss family is anything but normal. They live in a repurposed church. Newly baptized Dollar Voss, the once cancer-stricken mother, lives in the basement. The father is married to the mother's former nurse. The little half-brother isn't allowed to eat or do anything fun, and the eldest siblings are irritatingly perfect. Then there's Merit. Merit Voss collects trophies she hasn't earned and secrets her family forces her to keep. While browsing the local antique shop for her next trophy, she finds Sagan. His wit and unapologetic idealism disarm and spark renewed life into her, until she discovers that he's completely unavailable. Merit retreats deeper into herself, watching her family from the sidelines when she learns a secret that no trophy in the world can fix. Fed up with their lies, Merit decides to shatter the happy family illusion that she's never been a part of before leaving them behind for good. When her escape plan fails, Merit is forced to deal with staggering consequences of telling the truth. This sounds very interesting. I'm so intrigued by the fact that the family are keeping secrets from each other, but Merit is the only one that knows everyone in the family's secrets. Then I got All Your Perfects. I love this new book cover. I'm so glad that Colleen Hoover is starting to like redesign her new covers, because her previous covers are honestly not that cute. So I'm glad that she did a makeover on this one because it's really pretty. Anyways, not that the book cover is the most important thing about the book, obviously. Don't judge a book by its cover. This book is the relationship between 2 imperfect people, and that is Quinn and Graham. And this book is like, I think it switches between past and present. So the past is when Quinn and Graham first meet and they first fall in love, and then 7 years later to present day, their perfect love is threatened by their imperfect marriage. The memories, mistakes, and dreams that they have built up over the years are tearing them apart. The one thing that could save them might also be the very thing that pushes their marriage past the point of no return. I'm very excited. I'm hoping this one has a happy ending, but we shall see, because I know Colleen Hoover is very well known for heart-wrenching books, but I'm so excited for this one. And then the last coho book that I got was Verity, which is a psychological thriller. I'm excited but very nervous to read this book because people have told me, 1, do not read this book at night, and 2, do not read this book like alone, because it's very, very creepy and it deals with a lot of heavy subjects which can be a little bit traumatizing. So very intrigued but very scared. I low-key kind of want to like save this for October for spooky season, but I don't really know much about this book apart from the fact that it is a thriller that will keep you up all night and have your mind racing. It's a roller coaster. I don't want to read the back of this book because honestly I don't actually know anything about this book apart from the fact that it's mind-boggling and it is creepy, and I don't really want to like even know anything about this book because I want to go in completely blind and do a reading vlog on it. So I'm sorry, I won't be sharing the synopsis of this one, but if you do want to know what this book is about, you can of course Google it or check on a Goodreads. I just don't want to read the back of the book because I want to go completely blind. Then I got 2 Casey West books, which I actually scored on Facebook Marketplace, which was great because I got both of them for $10, like together. The first one was The Fill-In Boyfriend. This is a young adult romance, and the synopsis sounds very similar to To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which is one of my favorite young adult romances. So back of the book, when Gia Montgomery's boyfriend Bradley dumps her in the parking lot of her high school prom, she has to think fast. After all, she'd been telling her friends about him for months now. This was supposed to be the night she proved he existed. So when she sees a cute guy waiting to pick up his sister, she enlists his help. The task is simple. Be her fill-in boyfriend. 2 hours, 0 commitment. A few white lies. After that, she can win back the real Bradley. Problem is that days after prom, it's not the real Bradley she's thinking about, but the stand-in. The one whose name she doesn't even know. I am so excited for this one. A lot of people have said that this one gives them like a Wattpad vibes, but honestly, I used to love Wattpad books, okay? Like, do not hate on them. I'm excited for this one. Fake dating, yes please. And a little bit of drama, yes please. I'm excited for this one. And then the other Casey West book was Listen to Your Heart. This one I was recommended by Abigail's Cup of Tea. So this one is a coming of age romance, and I'll read the synopsis of this one as well. So, talking to other people isn't Kate Bailey's favorite activity. She'd much rather be out on the lake, soaking up the solitude and sunshine. So when her best friend Alana convinces Kate to join her high school's podcast, Kate is not expecting to be chosen as the host. Now she'll have to answer calls from listeners and give advice on the air. But to Kate's surprise, she turns out to be pretty good at hosting. Then the podcast gets a call from an anonymous guy asking for advice about his unnamed crush. Suddenly, Kate finds that while doling out wisdom to others may be easy, asking for help is tougher than it looks. And following your own advice is even harder. I feel like this is just going to be a very light, easy read. So probably like a good book to pick up as a palate cleanser. And are we even surprised? I picked up The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Finally, I am so excited to read this. I have been putting off reading this because I really want to film a reading vlog, and I wanted to do that after I showed this in the book haul. This book just sounds so good. It features fake dating and grumpy sunshine, so very excited about that. So we have our main character Olive Smith, who is a third-year PhD student, and she is trying to convince her best friend that she is over her ex because her best friend wants to date her ex, but her best friend's not convinced that Olive is over her ex. So in order to convince her best friend, she literally goes and kisses the first person that she sees without even knowing who he is, and then she realizes that the person that she kisses is Adam Carlson, who is a young hot professor. And then they decide to make this arrangement to basically fake date because they both get something out of it. Then obviously they end up falling in love. I've heard that this book has a lot of great banter and one-liners in it and so many good references, and the writing is amazing. So I'm very, very excited. It's got such high expectations for this book, so we shall see how that one goes. Then I picked up The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. These two can be read as standalones, but they're kind of part of a series. Well, not series, but they're interconnected, so they're both in the same world or universe. I think some characters in this book may feature in this book. I'm not sure, but I thought that was really cool. Heard such good reviews of both of these books. So we've got 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So this one is about the reclusive Hollywood movie icon Evelyn Hugo, who's finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. Sounds interesting. But when she chooses an unknown magazine reporter named Monique Grant for the job, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Why her and why now? Summoned to Evelyn's luxurious apartment, Monique listens to in fascination as the actress tells her story from making her way to LA in the 1950s to her decision to leave show business in the 80s, and of course the 7 husbands along the way. Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and great forbidden love. Monique begins to feel a very real connection to the legendary star, but as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. It sounds very, very interesting. I'm so excited, and I'm very excited to hear about all 7 of Evelyn's husbands. And I like that this is kind of almost like a biography, but of someone who isn't real. So yeah, this is historical fiction. Never read a historical fiction book before, but I'm excited. This one also is technically a historical fiction as well. Everyone knows Daisy Jones and the Six. Their albums were on every turntable. Their sound defined an era. And then on 12th of July 1979, they split. Nobody ever knew why until now. This is a story of their incredible rise and fall, the ambition, the desire, the heartbreak, and the music. What I noticed about this book is that it is completely like in dialogue. Well, not dialogue, but it's like kind of like an interview form dialogue, which sounds really interesting because I haven't really read any books like that. I've read like plays, but not books that are like fully in dialogue, so I think that's going to be really interesting. I also wanted to get Malibu Rising as well, which is the third book in this little series, but I haven't got it yet. I only just wanted to get these two books to see how these ones were before I got Malibu Rising. Then I got a sad romance read, and that was You've Reached Sam by Dustin Teo. This is his debut novel, and this cover is absolutely stunning. I love it so much, and I'm excited to get my tissue boxes out. Everyone who's read this book has cried, and I'm excited but really nervous. I have only actually cried to Me Before You. That's the only book that's ever actually made me cry, so we'll see if this one actually makes me cry. So the blurb says, a heartfelt novel about love and loss and what it means to say goodbye. 17-year-old Julie Clark has her future all planned out. Move out of her small town with her boyfriend Sam, attend college in the city, spend a summer in Japan, but then Sam dies and everything changes. Heartbroken, Julie skips his funeral, throws out his belongings, and tries everything to forget him. But a message Sam left behind in her yearbook forces memories to return. Desperate to hear him one more time, Julie calls Sam's cell phone just to listen to his voicemail recording. And then Sam picks up the phone. The connection is temporary, but hearing Sam's voice makes Julie fall for him all over again. And with each call, it becomes harder to let him go. Even just like the blurb itself has left me with so many questions. It has me so freaking excited to read this book. What the heck? Like there's like that magical fantasy aspect of like the afterlife, like reaching out to the, like talking to someone beyond like this world, and dealing with grief and losing someone you loved, especially someone at such a young age. I'm really excited to see how this book deals with grief and love and loss. And this book I think is like only 291 pages, so it's relatively short. So I may actually film a reading vlog on this because I think I can read this book in a day because it is pretty short. Then I picked up another thriller, and that was The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I don't know much about this book. The only thing I know is that it won the 2021 Goodreads Award for Best Thriller, and that was enough for me to pick this book up at Target. And I'll read the back of the book for this one as well, of course. It was the last thing he told me. Before Owen Michaels disappears, he manages to smuggle a note to his new wife, Hannah. Protect her. Hannah knows exactly who Owen needs to protect. His 16-year-old daughter, Bailey, who lost her mother tragically as a child and who wants absolutely nothing to do with her new stepmother. As her increasingly desperate calls to Owen go unanswered, his boss is arrested for fraud and the police start questioning her. Hannah realizes that her husband isn't who he said he was, and that Bailey might hold the key to discovering Owen's true identity and why he disappeared. Together they set out to discover the truth. As they start putting together their pieces of Owen's past, they soon realize that their lives will never be the same again. I already have so many questions, so I'm excited. Again, this is a book I'm like, do I want to read it now or do I want to wait till like October for spooky season? I don't know. And then the last two books I have to conclude this book haul, I actually got from my local farmers market. And the first one is The Little Coffee Shop of Kabul by Deborah Rodriguez. In a little coffee shop in one of the most dangerous places on earth, 5 very different women come together. Love that. So we have Sunny, who is a proud proprietor who needs an ingenious plan and fast to keep her cafe and customers safe. Yasmina, who is a young pregnant woman stolen from her remote village and now abandoned on Kabul's violent streets. Isabel, who is a determined journalist with a secret that might keep her from the biggest story of her life. Candace, who is a wealthy American who has finally left her husband for her Afghan lover, the enigmatic Wakil. And Halajan, who is the 60-year-old den mother whose long hidden love affair breaks all the rules. As these 5 have discovered there's more to one another than meets the eye. They form a unique bond that will forever change their lives and the lives of many others. And then the other book from the market that I got was Crazy in Love at the Lonely Hearts bookshop. I had to pick this up because I was like, okay, a romance and it's at a bookshop? Come on, that has to be good, right? Nina is addicted to bad boys. The meaner, the better. Despite her friends' misgivings, she firmly believes that true love only takes one form. Wild, full of passion, and punctuated by tempestuous arguments. She won't settle for anything less. But years of swiping right has uncovered nothing but losers and flings, and Nina is no closer to finding her one true love than she ever was. And when a man from her past walks into the shop, Nina knows she has nothing to fear. The geekiest boy at school has become a boring suit with no chance of making her heart go pitter-patter, which just shows how little Nina knows about her heart. So yeah, I thought these two books were like really good finds from the market. I think I got these for like $3 or something. That concludes my book haul. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the books that I recently picked up. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these books, because I would love to know what your thoughts are, as long as you don't include spoilers, of course, because I haven't read any of these yet. Well, except for Red Queen and Glass Sword. I do have a Goodreads account, so you can definitely add me on there. I'll have it linked down below. I also do have an Amazon wish list, so I'll link that down below as well if you guys would like to see it. Give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. I post a lot of lifestyle vlogs, house content, and book content on here. And also follow me on my Instagram, because I pretty much post very similar content to my YouTube on my Instagram, just as photo content. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!